things rolling here. Start off with our NBL Small Lead reporter, Andrew Boyd.
It's nice to see all you guys. Thanks for coming down today. Coach, nice to see you again. Obviously, we spoke earlier in the summer, back in July. From that moment till now, what more have you learned about your team?
I'm learning all their names. No, learn that, again, I told them from day one, before I got there, watch them film, we don't have a football problem. It's the culture, and our culture is getting better and better every day. These three young men are three that exemplify that, and it's spreading throughout the team. We have great servant leadership, and they're buying into doing things the right way. So what I'm learning is that these kids are great kids that just need a little bit of leadership, and that's my job more than winning football games.
Yeah, and then for any of the players, obviously, you guys have had a number of coaches through your high school careers. Just what's been the difference this summer compared to maybe some of the previous ones?
I'd say just everyone's showing up. Like, there's not a lot of people skipping out on stuff. Like, he shows that everyone needs to be here. Like, it's the biggest thing is everyone has to show up to do their part. I'd say that.
Yeah, and same, like on that, if we're not there, obviously, it's not good for the team, so he definitely makes sure that we're there, and if we're not, then it's just not good for us, and we all need to be there and buy in and be good this season.
Yeah, definitely like accountability. You know, I don't feel like we had a lot of that in past years, and this year I feel like it's definitely made a turn for the better.
Yeah, obviously, there's been a lot of talk about the culture. That's something that I learned about a lot in July when I was at practice. In terms of the actual football, what are some of the things that you guys would point to as things you want to get better at to give yourselves a chance to be better this season?
Definitely get better at like the little things, because getting better at all the little things that like little not knowing the play or not doing the right stunt on defense or anything like that, that'll help with the big problem and help us win games.
What he said.
Yeah, and then, Coach, I mean, just coming down to a couple of games, I mean, the community, the stadium, I mean, everything at Crooksville, it's just so beautiful. I mean, every time I've been to a game on a Friday night, everything's jumping, no matter what the score is. Just tell me, how do you get to a point to where, you know, you're coming home and you're winning more than, let's say, 3 football games at home this year?
Well, first, yeah, we do. We have a great administration. We have a great community. We have fantastic kids. So that they want to have some excitement. It's not about anything other than the accountability, getting these kids to do it the ceramic way. And we understand that when we do that, we buy into that. Well, that's when wins will come. We're not focused on the win as far as the scoreboard. We're focused on that, the big picture win, the win in life, the win in our culture, because high school football games are won on culture. It's not about the Jimmies and Joes. Once we buy in, and these kids are, I told them day one, we'll start winning when they want to. And that means they have to buy into what we're trying to do outside of the X's and O's. We don't do a whole lot of complicated stuff, but we want the kids to have fun and be held accountable and have some tough love, and that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah, and then I mean, with just a program that's just had so many coaches coming in and out, just tell me, you know, you're speaking about culture, just tell me what are some of the first steps you've taken, you know, right when you walked in the door to, you know, building a culture at Crooksville?
Number one, you give them the pillars. Our 3 pillars are relentless effort, intentional focus, and servant leadership. These guys are excellent with the servant leadership. They're teenagers, so the intentional focus is the one that you're always getting them to understand that, but they're grasping onto that. Outside of that, it's one of those, I don't look at the record. I look at, we got a bunch of great kids. And that's where once you're not loving the kids, when they know, when I came in day one, I want them to know I love you more than just a football player. That doesn't matter to me. I love you as a human being and as a young man. All right, and I got to be authentic and real with them. Too many times as coaches, we don't meet the kids where they're at. We got to meet them where they're at, and they got to see us for the real us. You got to tell them those tough times and those stories and all of that stuff, and they buy in. And once they know that you've done it, you've been through it, that's where you get the real buy-in.
Is there anything specific, whether it be a game, a tradition, or just some kind of moment that you guys are looking forward to most this season?
Probably playing New Legs.
Yeah, New Legs. That's our senior night this year, and that's just something I want to prove that we can actually go out there and beat a team like that. Because we have the players, we have the coaches now. Like, everyone's going to buy in, and that's what we're going to show that week.
I would say mine, it would be the first NVL home game, try to get an NVL win at home. That would be probably my game that I want to play the most.
excluding the COVID year, 2004 was the last time that Crooksville made the playoffs, and 2001 is the last time Crooksville won a playoff game. Obviously, it's a long time before you guys were even born, so what are you guys doing to get back to the playoffs and break barriers and, push the envelope more?
Well, obviously this year, Coach, he's, like you said, he's not really focused on wins. He's focused on that culture aspect of it. And if everyone buys in now, in a few years, like our freshmen, if we all get them right and everything and they start doing their own thing, they start working harder and everything, like we want to show them that. I feel like in a few years we can definitely be there. But we're focused on building that culture right now.
I'd say, yeah, the culture right now is what we need, and I think if we can do it quick enough, we have a really good chance this year to make the playoffs and then have it trickle down from there.
Yeah, culture and then discipline, teaching those younger kids that, like, even if you don't want to be there, you still got to be there. You still got to show up, even when you don't feel like showing up.
I promise they're not puppets. They're Brian, it is. It's the culture. I told our young guys last week, the freshmen in particular, we'll be able to be judged on what we are as a program when they're seniors. This is year zero, and we're just digging a hole and trying to build a foundation. And we got great pieces to build a foundation with. And these kids are right. If we can get bought in this year, and we can go out and compete. All right, but we can't talk about playoffs until we talk about, as Jay said, winning a league game at home first. We can't talk about playoffs till we learn how to show up to film and practice consistently. So we don't want to talk about those things until we talk about the small things and we get those right. We got to have some consistency in-house first before we can ever think about playoffs or anything like that. But I do believe in these kids, and I believe we have the ability to get the culture right. And when your culture's right, you can shock and surprise some people. So that's the focus.
And then what are you as players doing to help build that culture? What do you think that you're doing to help grow?
Holding teammates accountable.
Yeah.
Even like if we see someone not doing what they're supposed to do and goofing off during practice, you gotta say something to them. You can't just let them continue to goof off, because then other people are gonna see that and think that it's okay, and then they're gonna take after them.
Also, with not letting people miss practice, when they miss practice, get on them about it, make sure that they're there, and just make sure everyone's bought in and trying to be better for the team.
And a lot of the time it's helping the younger guys. Like when we were freshmen, not a lot of the seniors, they were just kind of on their own thing. Like we want to help them get better. We want to help everyone get better. That's just one thing we need to buy in.
Last question, I believe. Going back to your guys' freshman year, there were 25 total points scored all season for you guys.
Hey, we scored that the other night.
What do you think the biggest change has been for you guys from 25 points all season to this year, where you guys are the leaders and ensuring that foundation's built?
Like a lot of time it's like we have returners. Like a lot of the time people just don't show back up next season. Like we have 8 seniors, and most of us are all starters, either both ways or just one side. But that's just, most of us will have 3 years of experience under our belt and everything. So that'll just help us be consistent with that, and I feel like we can prove that we can actually go out there and offensively and defensively and just do what's right.
I think it's a want to win. Like, obviously they wanted to win back then too, but like, we care during practices. We're practicing like we're gonna play a game. It's not just goofing off all day, and I feel like that's a big difference.
Yeah, I feel like my freshman year, it was just kind of like, I don't know. I mean, people definitely wanted to be there, but it wasn't like, oh yeah, it's not like they wanted to. It wasn't like a big deal to them. But I feel like now we all want to win and want to succeed and have a good run this year.